Well, hi everybody, it's December 6th, and it's Hollywood Friday. I've been holding off on the show because I wanted the holidays to pass by, and this Hollywood Friday comes from a viewer in Detroit, a really good friend of our family's and my mom's for many, many years. Marlene, this show's for you. A few weeks ago I did a show about female sex symbols, but I neglected the men. Marlene wrote me a great email about who her favorite was, Robert Redford. So let's talk about male sex symbols through the ages. You know, I was doing some research for this show, and what I found really interesting was, as many women as there were just as many men. Male heartthrobs from the 1920s, everyone from Rudolph Valentino all the way to today, to Robert Patterson. So let's talk about a few. I got some great emails. The first email comes from Debbie in Chicago, Illinois, and said that her favorite sex symbol of all time was George Clooney. Well, it's George Clooney. Well, of course, we love George Clooney. As a matter of fact, George is one of my favorite male sex symbols. I think he is what you call the ultimate movie star. He always harkens me back to another famous, really male sex symbol and cinema god of the time, Cary Grant. That same long-lasting Hollywood career. So thanks, Debbie, and thanks, Chicago, for watching us. Also, you know what? I got some great ones here. In the 1920s, we had Rudolph Valentino, I said. In the 1930s, we had Errol Flynn, swashbuckling, and who could forget Clark Gable as Rhett Butler? Come on, that is the epitome of man. That's that sex symbol. In the 1940s, we had Cary Grant. In the 1950s, we entered into a whole new dawn of male sex symbols. We had Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, James Dean, and Rock Hudson. No matter how Rock Hudson's life ended up, he was a matinee idol of the times. In the 1960s, we got a little edgier. We had Paul Newman, Warren Beatty. Come on, was anyone sexier than Warren Beatty in Splendid in the Grass or Bonnie and Clyde? And in the 1970s in Shampoo? Come on, there's nothing better. And Paul Newman, please, that's Hollywood royalty. In the 1970s, Marlene, this one's for you. Robert Redford, come on. From The Way We Were to The Electric Horseman to anything he did, he was handsome, he was the all-American guy. In the 1980s, we developed into different heartthrobs, and we saw different sex symbols in the 1980s. Bruce Willis. You know, I forgot at the time, too, when you think about a male sex symbol, what's different from the male sex symbol as opposed to the female sex symbol is, the female sex symbol is either portrayed as being a dumb blonde or in a very provocative role, where a male sex symbol was a swashbuckler, an action hero. He was manly. There was always this vitality to him. So I think that's interesting, and as the times changed, the role for a man did as a sex symbol. And now we come upon the 1990s, and that was, of course, Brad Pitt and George Clooney, who are still really the sex symbols of the day. And now we have a new generation. We have everybody, like I said, from Orlando Bloom to Robert Patterson to teen heartthrobs, Justin Bieber. So male sex symbols throughout the ages. As a matter of fact, People magazine, in this issue, the double issue, had the sexiest men of the year in here. So great issue to pick up. Now I know I said I was going to buy People, but I did. And right there, I mean, come on. Now that's a male sex symbol right there. So the men have just as much right as the women. They're out there. We have movie idols for the ages. I love doing these shows. As a matter of fact, what's really fun is, Marlene, thank you. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I just wanted to talk about it. And what I think I really understood in my research was that it was very sexist of me, actually, to think about the female sex symbols and not bring the man in. So I appreciate that. Because on this show, we're all growing and learning together. So I want you all to have a great weekend. What I know for certain is, oh, wait a minute, I forgot one really important sex symbol. The host of the Kevin Koretsky Show, Kevin Koretsky. And I never really told you who my favorite sex symbol was. I gotta tell you who my favorite male sex symbol is. I gotta go with, now this is kind of interesting, I love George, gotta tell you, I love George Clooney. Matt Lauer. I have been a fan of his for many years, and I think he's really the sexiest man on morning television. So what I know for certain is there are male sex symbols, female sex symbols, and we're all sex symbols. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you on Monday with all new Kevin Koretsky shows. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching, viewers. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.